Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Midair. Alright, so today we're going to do a couple things. First of all, we are opening the floor to all of you to ask questions, voice any opinions you may have, tell us how much you love us, those type of things, that'd be great. And we're going to also show you some gameplay. Bugs and I are going to actually kind of duel it out a little bit, if you will. So you can kind of see me stomp on him, I think, is pretty much what's going to happen.
Yeah, right. Hey, everybody. My name is Bug Spray. I'm the project lead of Midair in Archetype Studios. Pretty excited to be here today. We are going to show you actually some pretty cool things that I don't think you've seen before. Stuff like a little bit of mortar action, heavy, and a few more things. So pretty excited to be here and chat with you guys. Looking forward to your questions. Yeah, should we get started?
Definitely. All right, so let me add something on here, and then this black screen will soon be showing some gameplay here. So give me one moment, guys.
Alright, they're saying that my mic's a little bit low. Let me see if I can make it louder.
Alright. And here we go. Screen flickers, and there you have it. We're in.
Awesome. I'm messing around with my mic volume real quick, try and make sure everybody can hear me.
Okay.
Alright, mine should be a little bit louder now. Is that better?
Sounds good to me.
Alright, well, how about this? I'll play a little bit of Flag D. You want to come in on me?
Alright. Are we on opposite sides? Yes, we are. Okay.
I'm on blue. This is Wilder Zone. This is the first map that we are kind of showing off. Or that we have shown off in some of our videos and things. Let me actually quickly boot up. So a new addition to this particular build that we have is when you spawn now, you spawn in light armor. You only have the chain gun and the ring launcher. So this is going to be a little bit. Oh. You're gonna get to see my terrible D skills here. We're basically testing right now different options we have for increasing the importance of the generator and the base and those sorts of things. I'm right on top of you right now. I'm still gonna fail. Maybe not. Gotcha.
How dare you?
Yeah, right. Alright, this is actually a little different because up until this point we have been testing with spawn loadouts. So now I have to visit my inventory station every time I want to get the grenade launcher in particular, which is pretty handy for chasing.
After I run this route,
oh yeah, go ahead.
After I run this route, I'll show him the MV station.
Right.
Oh my god. How dare you. Alright.
Alright, you have to run some better routes on that one.
Okay, fine.
While you show me inventory station, let's go to answer a question. We have one in chat here. What is the current stage of the game, pre-alpha, alpha, or beta, and will there be a pre-alpha, alpha, beta signups at some point? So the answer to that question is we are currently still in pre-alpha. We want to make sure that we are adhering to a pretty high quality standard when we change from pre-alpha to alpha and alpha to beta and so on. And so yeah, we're still at pre-alpha. We've been working on this game for quite a while now. But like I said, we want to make sure the quality is good. As far as the alpha beta signups, so that's going to be driven a little bit by Kickstarter and a couple other things. More information on that soon, but there will be an opportunity for you to participate in development as soon as pre-alpha.
I don't have a route for this side. I'm so screwed.
We modified the IFS a little bit this last.
How about I just
Wow. You just.
I butchered it. Pressure.
Oh, nice.
Pressure.
That was funny. So if you haven't seen that, we actually have a plasma turret. Davey, I don't know if you had a chance to show him the plasma turret. Do you want to up real quick, and I'll head to your base?
Sure.
And I'll go and try to engage the plasma turret real quick as light armor.
It's over there, by the way, guys.
This is something that we got fully functional about a build ago. Have been modifying the art to make it a little prettier since then. It is reminiscent of the Tribes 2 and Tribes 1 plasma turrets. We've kind of added our own little art take on it. It's not a turret that if you're paying attention and attempting to dodge, that it's going to like hit you every single time. Currently, the targeting we have on it is kind of first pass targeting. But if you're at the base and you're dueling somebody else and they've got their plasma turret up, it does quite a bit of damage. So if you're not paying attention, then it'll actually have quite a bit of an impact on your survivability at the enemy base.
So Pit of Zombies asks, are these sounds placeholders? Currently, they're it's a very iterative process. Sounds will be continued to be tweaked over time.
The other thing about the plasma turret too, I don't know if you are still at the. Are you at your base still? Let's see. I don't see you.
I ran away.
Oh, you ran away? I'll respawn. Well, I was gonna say that the plasma turret currently has quite a bit of health too. It takes. I don't know the exact count myself, but it took me quite a few discs to try and take this thing down. Now in Tribes 2 and I believe Tribes 1, the turrets had a shield as well. So we'll probably be experimenting with that at some point. But right now it's just flat damage. Are you coming out of cap route?
Oh, no, I'm sitting on top of the turret.
Okay. Let's see. How about we show off a little bit of heavy here? I will suit up heavy.
We do have another question. Dwarf Souls asks, you mentioned Kickstarter. I'm assuming there will be pre-alpha, alpha, beta access tiers. Will those tiers be reasonably priced? Hope less than $100, or will you go crazy with $200? Also, will there be a demo for the Kickstarter that the public can try out?
Those are really good questions. So the tiers are still a little bit in flux, so I can't comment specifically about the price. I do know that the earlier you want to be in, the more expensive it will be. As far as the public demo is concerned, we are not currently planning on having a public demo for the Kickstarter. But if that's something you guys would really like to see, definitely maybe post about it in the forums, things in Kickstarter you'd really like to see. Hopefully, a lot of these gameplay videos that we're showing now should give you a pretty good sense of the game's progress and how the gameplay works. And we'll obviously be releasing more content as we get closer and closer to Kickstarter.
Fatty incoming.
All right, so I'm playing the heavy right now. I'll give you a chance to get kind of a close-up of it. And now the LODs on this are a little bit off, so you'll see some weird. If I stand too far away, my face just kind of disappears. But I'm also using the mortar as well. And you want to suit up in heavy, and we'll go have a heavy fight.
Heavy fight. All right.
I'm gonna get away from your turret. Well, there, I saw that. It's not very nice. I moisturize.
We do have another question. How do you plan to make money with free-to-play? That's from I Am a Communist.
That's a great question, and we are about to put out a bunch more information on that, but I can give you kind of a teaser to that. So our main monetization model will be selling aesthetics, selling extra little bonuses and things like that. We will have a progression system, and we'll have a blog post coming out very, very soon on all that and how it all works together. So stay tuned for that. But the core of our monetization model is going to be the sale of aesthetic modifications like armors, jetpacks, weapon skins, accessories, those sorts of things to make you a bit cool and fancy, or looking the way you want, or for some people a little more trolly. You know, have you ever watched any of the latest Tribes 1 videos? But it's basically people running around in green and pink armor, although I know it's like all kind of client side on whoever makes that demo. But basically, you'll have a bunch of options what you want to do.
All right, I'm ready for you.
There.
Chain guns.
Yeah, same idea.
Knew that was coming. It's reloading. Damn you.
Yeah, the more it takes a while to reload right now.
Oh crap.
Oh, direct hit.
No.
And you didn't even give me down half health. I'm 313 right now.
Okay, whatever. Heavy is not my thing.
Well, go in and destroy your generator right now.
Don't do that.
Yeah, it's about to happen.
Nope, I'm gonna stop you.
Yep, now your gen's getting destroyed.
God damn it. Alright.
Got it. Alright, I'm respawning here. I want to do a little more offense versus defense here. I can
Okay.
I can post up. Maybe I should do some railgun here. I'm gonna do some snipe D. So this should be the first time I think people have seen the railgun in action.
Oh no.
I need to be in light armor.
I wish I was on the other side. I'm getting butchered on this side.
You want to switch sides? We can switch sides.
Let's switch sides so I can actually give you a run for your money.
Alright, let's see. I'm gonna have to wait for that generator to get back up. We don't have a repair gun yet, so you have things on auto repair. Are you coming in right now?
Yep.
Oh.
No, it was somebody else. Definitely somebody else. Oh, you hit me.
Yeah, but I don't have enough to do a ring jump here.
That's fine. Alright, we got another question. It's from GG Casting. Is Capture the Flag going to be the only game mode for now, or are there others in the works?
They are. Okay, so we are going to have multiple game modes. Capture the Flag for us is a really important one because we find that the gameplay in it for an FPSE kind of game is pretty fun. Like it's got a lot of different elements to it. There's a lot of depth to it. But yeah, we're looking at other game types. Pretty safely say that there's going to be an arena-like game mode in this. If you're a fan of Arena and Tribes 1 and Tribes 2. Let's see, we're changing teams, aren't we?
Oh yeah.
And we've been talking about internally other kinds of game modes that might appeal to different kinds of players. So, as time goes on, we'll see more and more information come out about what we're planning to offer. But there will be multiple game modes.
All right, we do have a slew of questions. I'm gonna kind of go down them. I'm gonna need to actually go over and scroll up here. All right, so we have 10 questions from 9-volt kilowatt. Let's see. So let's just kind of go down the list. Is the Midair pack system going to be like in Tribes or Legions, possibly a hybrid, something altogether different?
So that's a good question, and this is something that we've been exploring different models of. I think we have 4 or 5 of them in a document somewhere that we've been just kind of tinkering around with. We have a direction we want to go. It's gonna be hard for me to kind of say exactly what it's going to be like, but what I can say is that our current model that we're kind of toying around with is a kind of an augment system where you actually get a little bit more control over the gameplay of your specific pack and the ability it gives you. So I'm gonna have to kind of keep it that vague for now because we're trying to figure out exactly how this is going to work and to what extent you'll be able to control this. But you should be able to see a little bit more customization in what the final product is compared to some of the other games in the genre.
All right, we have another question as I'm skiing here. Is there going to be a blaster, aka the weapon? So useless people wrote scripts just to throw away.
Oh. I think that yes, there is going to be a blaster type gun. We don't have one ready to show off now yet, but yeah, we are answering that kind of thing. I did not see you coming at all there.
Sneaky, sneaky. Alright. Third question. How many weapons can we expect? Anything new? Any...
Yes, we will have new weapons. This is something that's pretty important for us because, you know, there are some, you know, core archetypes, so to speak, of different kinds of guns and their functionality in you know, games like these, and so we want to make sure that we have those things, while also, you know, making our mark on these FPSZ, or on the FPSZ genre. So we'll have different things. What those things are, you'll see more as time goes on, because we've been working on the core stuff right now. Oh, did our map just end?
Yep.
I just saw your guy flying in. You're in mid-cap route. That's funny. But yeah, so we'll you know, again, as time goes on, we'll have some you know, some streams and some information come out about like new weapons and that sort of thing. Let me actually change. This is one of our test maps. We're gonna go and change this map here. Let's see. Dude, it's awesome music. This is from Owen. Owen Stark. He made this a few builds ago, and I love it. I get pumped up every time I hear this music.
Alright, so we still have some more questions. If you could only have blackberry or strawberry jelly for the rest of your life, which would it be? Strawberry for me.
Blackberry or strawberry?
Definitely
strawberry too. I'm a strawberry fan.
Oh, we're playing this one, huh?
Yeah, I think so. So this is have you shown this one off yet? I don't think you have shown this one off yet.
No.
And just in advance, I'm going to set the next map so that we don't encounter a random. Oh, whoa! Hey, you made this map. I thought you snuck up.
Hey, shh. I just wanted to show them what the flag stand looked like up close.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, that's a beautiful flag stand. That's my flag stand.
Oh my gosh. So made. All right, more questions. Vehicles. How many, wheeled or hover, will the tank be pimped out so I could be styling while blowing crap up?
That's actually a good question. I think it's safe to say if it makes sense to have aesthetic modification on it, we probably will. Since that is how we will be making money. I think it'd be cool to have some neat skins and stuff on tanks. So I'd say, like right now, yes. We haven't really made the decision like officially yet, but yes, we'll probably do something like that.
I'm gonna show them the generator room while I'm in the base here.
Yeah, and just to emphasize, this is still a work in progress map.
Yep.
Anything you see here is obviously a work in progress, but gives you a good sense of kind of where we're trying to go with this map. This big orange pipe, I assume, will be changing a little bit, among other things. Where are you?
Okay. All right, I'm coming.
Are you capping?
I was showing them the gen room.
Oh, you're showing the gen room, the new stuff.
Yeah. All right, here we go. While I ski, which means I'll probably mess up, I'll be reading this next one. The description of the chain gun in the trailer seems to imply that the game... Hold on, let me hit a hill. Wait, okay, where am I? That the game will affect the map style diversity. Also, are you aware that chain gun is actually a registered trademark? That made me mess up my route.
Alright, can you read me the first part of the question again? I'll answer the second one.
Alright, I'm gonna stop skiing and read this. Alright, the description of the chain gun in the trailer seems to imply that the game is set on one planet. Whoa. Where am I?
Oh, is that like in the inventory screen?
Okay, the description of the chain gun in the trailer seems to imply... Yes, okay, the game is set on one planet. If so, will that affect the map style diversity? Also, are you aware the chain gun is actually a registered trademark?
Okay, so the one planet thing, we're definitely not on one planet. We have built into our lore that we will be running around on multiple planets. Are you attacking my plasma turret?
I was getting owned by the plasma turret.
Oh yeah, it looks like it dominated you. As far as trademark thing, if you know of a trademark that we are infringing, please send it along. But, I'm not aware of any trademarks that affect chain gun.
All right. We have
Next question.
Number 7. Yeah, we got a bunch to go through. And I'm just butchering the skiing trying to read. All right, grenades. Just the old standards, or will you try something new?
Like grenade launcher or hand grenades?
I think hand grenades.
So one of the things we definitely want to do is expand how many items and things that people have. It's probably incredibly boring if you just watch you flying in and get dominated.
No, it's totally okay because I mean I'm really butchering these routes because I'm reading text while skiing.
Oh, okay.
People don't drink and ski.
Yeah, so we are definitely going to be exploring lots of options with hand grenades. You will not just have like one frag grenade or something like that. We've been talking about having things like concussion / EMP grenade type of grenade. I know that one has been one that will probably end up sticking. All right, begin the chase. By the way, while I'm chasing, I can't talk. Like I fail at that element of life, is doing multiple things at once.
Oh, come on. No.
I think my sniper hit you.
I got this.
Go disc. But yeah, one thing you see in our gameplay here is that we're trying to bring back the chasing element that kind of got lost in later games in like the Tribes series, but it was more prevalent in some of the other games. So our ability to even keep up and do some significant damage is something we've been building specifically into this game because of that kind of really cool aspect of capping chasing. Also, I didn't suit up in the inventory station. I'm still not used to that yet because we've had so much time playing with spawn loadouts, so I didn't have my grenade, and I'm going to blame it on that.
Alright, I'll continue down the list. Alright, so lootable corpses, ammo, health pack, pickups, etc.
Yes, we're going to have some sort of functionality there. Exactly how that works is we have a couple models we're going to be trying. So, like in Tribes Ascend, they had the pills, right? Where we were able to walk over it and give you some amount of health and ammo depending on perks and that sort of thing. I believe, am I accurate there? Could someone from TA give me the official word?
Yeah, it was all about getting health packs, yeah.
Yeah, and then like in Tribes 1, Tribes 2, it's inventory stations, ammo stations, that sort of thing. And you can also like run over and pick up different weapons and ammo types and that sort of thing. And so we're talking about, okay, well, let's say you die and you have 3 weapons and some amount of ammo for those weapons. Oh man, that was close. I'm gonna kill you anyways. Anyway, so let's say I have a disc launcher in Tribes 1, or a grenade launcher, and let's say plasma gun. If someone runs over my body, then you get those 3 exact ammo types. And if you have the guns, you can use them. If you don't, then you just have the ammo. But there are other games that have kind of done things like more abstracted the ammo types. So something like a common ammo type that might be, let's say in our game, used for like the chain gun and the ring launcher, versus a special ammo type which might be used for the grenade launcher, maybe the railgun or something, and maybe a heavy ammo type that's more in line with. Am I lucky there?
Yep.
Awesome. Okay, so like a heavy ammo type, or something like extremely rare ammo type that's like mortar or something. And so if you have guns that have those different kinds of ammo types, then you might be able to pull up, or when you run over to the body, get those kinds of nice shot. Get those types of ammo for any given gun that you have that fits that ammo type. So that's an example of like one of the models that we're looking at. I'm not saying that's exactly how it's going to be, but we're looking at kind of mixing it up a bit, making it a little more generalized, making the game a little faster paced and that sort of thing.
Yep. Deployables. What can we expect here?
We will definitely have deployables. One of the things that I think we mentioned before on one of the streams, I might have answered a question, or someone answered a question where, excuse me, we do want to expand the base play aspect of this kind of game. So you'll probably see a larger number of deployable types than you see in other kinds of games, as we find stuff that is fun to play with and useful and all of that. We're coming hot. So bad at chain gun. Alright, let me cap on you a little bit.
Okay.
I think I need a sniper or some deployable turrets helping me out a little bit here.
Alright. Last one from... Let's see. Will air control be so crazy as to allow for a total reversal of direction without a loss of velocity or something? I guess, question mark. Period.
That is a good question. I probably should have done that ring jump, but I've done it now. That's the decision I made.
Yeah, well, you're lucky that I don't play...
You don't play D?
No.
Okay, so as far as like complete, turn around direction kind of stuff, clearly in this game versus say, Tribes 1 or Tribes 2, we have more air control. We have some element of passive air control and also active air control, where when you activate your jets, you are able to change your direction a little bit more. When you have the ability to completely reverse direction, or let's say like turn at a 90-degree, we have to make sure that we're balancing that in the correct way. If you turn at 90-degree angles and maintain full speed and a good amount of energy, that makes it very difficult to do things like chase or other things like that. So we have to make sure that when you are performing these sort of like large corrections, we want you to be able to do them to some degree, but there also needs to be some sort of penalty that kind of balances that. Otherwise, it becomes very capper heavy and more difficult to do things like hit mid-airs or things of that nature. Wow, yeah. I think we just turned to the part of the game where we both are not playing the positions we're good at, and now it's going to be like a...
Hey, it's okay. They can see what not to do.
Babby's first mid-air game.
Alright, we do have another question. Let me go down here. Alright. This one, let's see here. Oh my god, so many questions. Alright. Alright, this one is from Seymour Gore. Sorry guys, it's taking us so long to get through them all. If you guys are successful with your Kickstarter campaign, will you be able to devote full-time hours to Midair's development, or will it remain a part-time project divided by other employment / MOBA commitments?
/MOBA commitments. I mean, the MOBAs are very important. Here, I cheated on that when you're reading a question. I'll drop the flag out here for you. So that's a good question, a hard question to answer. I mean, the reality of it. Let's say people are making $20,000 a year, building a game full time after Kickstarter, and we were able to put all 22, 23 people on that. Then you're looking at a huge amount of money needing to be raised, and that's at $20,000. If you pay people a more livable wage in certain areas, then that becomes even more. It becomes even greater, right? And so.
Thanks for the follow. I am a communist.
Communist. So if you look at Kickstarter titles, especially titles like ours, and in general,
Goodbye.
like kind of how successful they are and that sort of thing, it's really hard to truly raise like the full amount that you need for everyone to go do full-time development, unless you are like a runaway success and you raise $1 million, like one of those kind of scenarios. So as part of what we're going to do to plan for Kickstarter is understand, let's say if we, who should we be bringing to full-time, who should we, keep part-time, or there might be some people who are still kind of interested in doing volunteer work because they have a full-time job. Like for each person, it's a little bit different, and depending on the kind of work we need, it's going to change a little bit. But those are some of the things that we kind of think about when we're talking about budgeting, and that's also not including things like marketing budget or paying overhead costs or paying the Kickstarter fees or Amazon fees or things like that. So there's kind of a lot of complexity in budgeting for the Kickstarter. But yeah, that kind of gives you like a sense of kind of where we're at. There are several articles out on like Gamasutra and stuff. Are you attempting to snipe me right now?
Oh my god, it's so bad.
So yeah, well, anyway, so there's a bunch of articles on Gama Sutra where a bunch of indies have kind of talked about like the role that Kickstarter has been playing in their games development, and them being realistic about funding, and how consumers have become a little bit less keen on funding more kind of unheard of developers or games that may seem a little bit riskier, and like that's just kind of changed what you can and can't do with Kickstarter. And so we're gonna come out of the gate with what I feel like is a pretty realistic strategy for funding a Kickstarter while also getting us some needed funding and helping accelerate the development of our game, and you'll see some of that kind of stuff reflected in our Kickstarter and our stretch goals and that sort of thing. Hopefully that's it's kind of a long-winded explanation, but you were snoozing on that one.
Well, I just was reading the question. I got you.
So.
Oh my gosh, I keep forgetting that this is like... Oh, I suck at this thing. Okay.
Yeah, so right now our railgun is a projectile weapon, and that's to try and deal with some of the long-standing pervasive issues with snipers and these sorts of games, and so it makes it a little more difficult to use, but still pretty rewarding when you get it to work, when you kind of like understand how it works and that sort of thing, and we've seen some people get pretty strong with it, so we're pretty confident that it's going to be still effective, but also kind of reduce some of the big-time problems with snipers that we've seen in Tribes games, where a couple snipers can shut down an entire offense.
All right. Going through the list here. Let's see. Pit of Zombies asks, what doesn't seem to have... Oh, sorry. Water doesn't seem to have any effect on speed. Any plans for this in the future?
Yes, absolutely yes. That's just something that hasn't been on our priority list right now. Because it is a non-zero amount of time, and we have a bunch of other stuff that we really want to show off. And in particular, we're kind of developing to get ready for this Kickstarter campaign. And so hopefully no one will say, oh, but water doesn't slow you down, I don't want to fund this Kickstarter campaign. But that kind of gives you a sense of our priority here.
All right. Let's see. Fire asks, how many maps are in the game now?
How many maps are in it? So we have a bunch that we're testing with. So as far as like pretty far along in art is concerned, we're like tallying up how many are pretty far along in art. And gameplay, probably 2. And that was the grassy map we played at the beginning. We'll probably end up going back to during the stream sometime. And then also this one that we're playing now, which we're calling Icewind. We have other maps that we're testing and a couple promising ones. And some of those, I know Davey has been, or I should say Stealth has been showing on his stream his process for blocking out those maps and testing them and that sort of thing. And so some of those are actually sticking. And so I'd say probably promising maps, we've got maybe 4 to 5. And then total maps, how many? You're the level designer, Davey. What do you? How many do you have there?
There are some. There are like a handful that I haven't even like submitted for testing yet. Just because if you have too much, it's just it doesn't make sense. We have a lot. Let's just put it that way. We'll keep it vague.
I totally missed the flag.
It was because of my wonderful D skills.
Yeah, that's right. The D skill is looking completely the other direction.
Shh. I don't know why you're having me embarrass myself on stream trying to D here.
we can switch it up here in a second. It just makes me feel good capping on you.
We do have a bunch of questions still to get through.
Yeah,
Wildfire.
Real quick, should we play some Menorah?
Sure.
After that one, we'll jump over to one of the maps that I think is coming along pretty well. Has a little bit hard on it.
Yeah, and this one is actually one I just did on the last stream with you guys, so you can kind of see how it progressed. Wait, so here we go.
Alright, so this one, because it doesn't have any generators or inventory stations on it yet, the game code basically allows us to spawn in whatever we select in the inventory screen. So this one, we don't need to hit the inventory station at all. I'll go ahead and D up if you want to cap.
Sure. Okay. I'm gonna focus on a cap route real quick since I haven't been able to do that at all. So, next question. Now that I'm on a return route, these are a little easier. Wildfire asks, what's the current plan for community mappers? Oh, that was good. Shots are getting close.
Sorry, what was the question again? Like I said, I can't think and play games.
Oh, you can't. They can't think
bad.
and play. All right.
I'm kind of a
what are the current? What's the current plan for community mappers?
Okay, so that's a good question, and I think it's actually going to depend. That one in particular is going to depend pretty heavily on how Kickstarter goes.
Sure.
But our goal here is to create a system that allows people to build and share maps. I was going to be upset if I didn't return it. Build and share maps pretty easily, and if you don't have a map, be able to download it very quickly. While also, allowing people to review and post screenshots and comment and like give a rating to various maps. So like that's sort of the general idea that we have here. We think it's pretty important for a game like ours to have a lot of maps and a lot of variety of maps because it really does change a lot of the gameplay. Let's go. Gotcha.
Nice hit.
Thanks.
Oh, by the way, thanks for the follow, Juice Vano. I think I remembered it correctly.
But yeah, so I think it's really important. We're going to have so again, depending on how the Kickstarter goes, changes how soon this happens and how much we get to do, because it's kind of tough.
Oh, bastard!
You really need some light offense. That's for sure.
Wait. No, it's okay. This is how you practice. This make me even better.
That's true.
Thanks for the. Thanks. Okay. Well, we got to follow. It's either it's most likely Seymour who's trolling. Shave your beard, bug spray.
Never. The beard is what gives me strength.
All right. So, any more comments on community mappers?
Let me think. No, we are going to do our best to try and give them some sort of options to be creating their maps, because again, we think they're really important. So that's it. That's basically it.
Yep. All right. I'll keep going down the list here. Let's see. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna shout out to Jordan for keeping all these questions straight for me. It would be hard otherwise. All right, here we go. Let's see. Pit of Zombies asks, as I go in for flag, where's the hanging cables like in the concept art? Oh, is that for the snow map? I'm not sure. Let's see.
How happened to your return route?
I was reading. Okay, I'm pretty.
I heard I have hand grenades. Hand grenades now. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that too. Wait a minute. Wait. What button is it?
It's F.
F?
Yeah.
I'm pushing F.
Oh, you might have the config thing. Well, we can fix that later. So there's a bug that's going to prevent you from having hand grenades, but I will have them, so.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Unfair advantage. Alright, let's see. We'll move on. Sorry, Pit of Zombies. I am a communist. Question. One of the great things of T1 was the modding community, from HUDs to game conversions. Will this be supported even with the free-to-play model?
It's a little difficult because a lot of stuff in free-to-play models, aesthetic modifications, don't have. It kind of conflicts in some ways, right? Like that. Just being real about that. So it'll be more difficult for us to include some of that kind of stuff. It is something we're looking at. So I'm not going to say no just yet, but for things like, let's say, making skins and that sort of thing, I think it's less likely. But things like HUDs, it's a possibility. I don't think there's anything that we have built into free-to-play that would prevent something like that. But it's something that we're going to end up making a decision on at some point, and we'll let you know when we do.
Okay. Pit of Zombies. Will there be a voice hotkey system?
Yes, that is currently planned. I'm gonna hunt you down anyways.
Nope. I'm gonna go for cap route and get your flag. Anyways. No.
I have this nifty ability to respawn and then be full health with full ammo back at my flag stand. So good luck.
Well, it's okay. I butchered
What
everything.
is this? Ragdoll. That was hilarious. That was great.
All right. Let's see. We got more questions to try to blow through here. Fire asks, "What is your favorite map?"
My favorite map. I'd say right now it's Icewind. I like that map a lot. It's a lot of fun to ski on. It's got the base assets and generator stuff in there right now. I like the art style. It's great. How about you?
I like a map that we haven't shown yet.
Fair enough.
With a test name.
Now what's the next question? Let's get another one here. I'm gonna try to use hand grenades to slow you down.
Okay,
No, I completely
let's see.
failed. Wow.
No, it's okay. I don't know how, dude, because I'm reading and skiing. Alright, Door of Souls asks an incredible weird question for this kind of game. Okay, and I'm gonna need to scroll, so let me cap this flag. Where are you?
Oh, wow, nice shot.
Get out of my house. Alright, let me scroll down on this question here. Okay. Okay, Door of Souls asks, an incredibly weird question for this kind of game. Will there be tiny maps? Example, Call of Duty maps?
Like indoor walk primarily, a little bit of jetpack, not so many skiing kind of things. Not so many
I'm
skiing.
assuming? Maybe?
I don't quite know. There will be some smaller maps and some larger maps. Larger maps are a bit more interesting for large games and such.
Yeah. Heavy on flag. Oh my god, did you just MA me with that?
Yeah.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's...
Nerf the heavy.
I don't know if that's gonna... It'll probably nerf that. That's pretty ridiculous.
As for tiny scale, this map is probably the tiniest for regular gameplay that will go. For, like, capture the flag. I mean, I guess we could go tinier, but there'd be no point. Are you serious? You know what? I'm just gonna kill you.
You're just gonna kill me. You're just gonna land you.
You are heavy. I could chain you to death.
There you go.
Oh my god. I quit. Alright, hold on. Okay, we got more.
Alright, people want to see the mortar. Let's switch to do a little heavy dueling in the
Mortar?
middle or something. Yeah.
Alright, oh yeah, we got on this map, since we don't have inventory rotations.
I'll run to the middle here.
Order. Apply. Thanks for the follow, Snoop Fuser. Good name. Takes so long to reload this thing.
I'm so bad right now. Well, we're fighting on this like weird hill thing. I don't know Midair.
You chose it, not me.
No, I did. Alright, I'm going this way. I gotta run. This is my T2 dueling strategy. Just run back this way and keep it about medium range.
Hold on, I gotta place the ball on this thing. Here we go.
This is a special thing that we're doing here, David.
Yeah, this is the top tier right now.
Did you just shoot yourself?
You know, it may have caused a little damage. It's okay though. Alright, we got more questions.
Worms Armageddon style, like find a couple hills and just lob mortars at each other for a while.
Why don't you go on the other tower? Let's see if we can hit each other.
Alright, let's see. I don't even know. Does it go that far? We'll find out. Alright, next question.
Next question. Alright. Just for fun, this is from Door of Souls. Just asking for fun, what will you guys do if the game is as a wonder hit as Rocket League?
Oh man, then we get to do everything we want. and a lot of it forever, a long time, and we get paid to do it. That's
Well, that's some good distance.
That's some pretty good distance. Is it actually? I think we have to do a little bit of momentum going on here. Let's try that.
Oh, okay.
Is that pretty close?
Gotcha. Yes. Ouch.
Yeah, you gotta do a little jet forward. Yeah, you're still a little short.
God.
I love
Story of
the
my life.
effect on this thing. I love the effect more right now. Like, I think we can add a little bit more to it, but like, I think it looks really good from far away.
Why am I falling short? This is unfair. Oh, I see your strategy.
I've moved myself short. There you go.
All right, we got more questions. Let's see. The Captain T. What will the flag notification system be like?
Oh, let's see. So right now, I mean, we got this big message in the spill that notifies you when you have the flag, and it bounces back and forth and changes colors. It's pretty obnoxious, but it really lets you know you have the flag. So, I mean, are you talking about like specifically like flag sounds and like identification when enemies have flags and that sort of thing, or are you thinking about something more advanced where you have like maybe a voice bind command that will help you identify where your flag is, or give commands about the flag to people? Maybe he can answer that question for me while we check out another question.
Okay. Ooh. It's reading. Unfair, so we'll just MA you to death. Oh, come on. Okay. It fits the assess about our Kickstarter goal. But yeah.
So your Kickstarter goal, like in terms of our funding goal, we're not prepared to release that number yet, but I can safely say that you'll probably hear about it soon. We're kind of in the final stages of planning for a Kickstarter and all that kind of stuff, but we'll probably release a post or something similar, or maybe have a Twitch stream dedicated to Kickstarter stuff. But yeah, I'm not prepared to talk about it today. Good question though.
Loose Cypher, will there be a repair pack, and can I heal myself with it? Well, first of all, what else would you do with it?
Well, you repair the base assets. I'm trying to midair you with the motor. I don't know if it's gonna work. The other control you have in this. Yeah. So as far as like repairing yourself and that sort of thing, we don't really have a concrete yes to be able to do that. No. You'll be able to do that, or won't be able to do that. It's definitely one of the models we're considering for repairing, but we're looking at a few different things, and so that's going to be determined more by playtesting than anything else. I do believe Lou has said that if he's not able to repair himself with a repair pack, he will not play the game. So hopefully we'll be able to satisfy you.
Alright, let's see. Hodros771, is there going to be flag skins?
Flag skins? I don't see why not. I don't think we might have talked about that at one point. It's not like currently on the roadmap, but I mean that's a good idea. I don't see why not.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go and change this map back to Wilder Zone. How about that?
Okay.
Take a look at our more arted map. That was Menorah. Kind of a quick pace, smaller numbers map.
Alright, let's see. Continuing down the list. Wildfire, are there plans to use the floating rocks in gameplay in some way? Well, I could tell you not on Wilder Zone. But it could be cool, you know, if I could make a map based around it.
Yeah, it could be neat. Yeah, the Wilder Zone rocks I think are no right now. When they're that high up, if someone can get up to them, they can be kind of a mess if they get a good like inventory station up there and a sniper rifle or something. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we can work something out. Oh, I was gonna go attack your base, and you went and attacked my flag. I'm gonna go heavy
Well,
cap.
it's 1v1. Oh, I'd like to see you try.
I don't know if I'll get there fast enough. I'm trying my hardest though.
I just took a... Where are you?
Oh, actually, I'm not even heavy cap, but I'm still in spawn armor.
Well, that's just cheating. Alright. We do have more questions to get to, but I want to kill you first. And every time I say that, I get my ass handed to me. Alright, let's see. Next question. Pit of Zombies. All the maps shown seem to be small to medium-ish. Are you able to show a big one in development?
I don't think we have a huge one right now. Do we? I mean, you've done more with that. Do we have one that's that big in development?
Not that's ready to be shown.
Yeah, so we've been really focusing on sort of the core elements of you know, dueling, chasing, kind of smaller player size where our real kind of sweet spot is for gameplay. Which is not to say we are not going to be designing at all for like larger player numbers. I think we mentioned we have, and we find that kind of gameplay is also really interesting. But yeah, we've been kind of just focusing on this core stuff for now. Light
Thanks
armor,
for the follow, Cheesy Bites.
big boomy mortar bullet. Doesn't mesh well.
My gen!
Yeah, your gen's gonna go down. Oh, you actually
messed up.
sacrificed yourself for your generator. That's funny.
It's upset. You're making it cry now. Thanks.
Oh.
Alright, we got more questions. What are the plans with the medium loadouts? Because they always had issues in previous FPS Z games. He means like the weapon selections?
I'm not totally sure what the... maybe you can define some more problems with the medium armors, and we can be more specific in our answer here. Where are you? You're over there. Your generator's gonna go down.
No. If I'd have known that, I would have just spawned in heavy and like heavy D'd this shit. Oh no.
Bye, generator.
Oh.
You are oh, actually almost bounced. That got me.
Oh my god, I had time. Get out of my base.
The exploding impact is hilarious every time it happens. I'm not going to destroy your inventory stations because there's actually a little bit of a bug with that right now, but your turrets can go down.
Alright, at Play Midair, this is from Wildfire. Any news on a Linux version?
No news on Linux versions. If I mean, it becomes easier if we get more money to do it, but it is time and resources to get that thing working. That turret takes a lot of damage. Wow. So I'd say probably don't expect it unless we hit a pretty sizable funding goal, or we have more time later on to make it more cross-platform. We will probably target Mac before we will target Linux, and of course Unreal 4 has some some cross-platform capability built into the engine. So it makes it a little bit easier, but again, it's non-zero time. So unfortunately, like Linux specifically is pretty unlikely at this point. Again, without like some good funding.
Okay. Next question from Toxic G98. Hi, I don't know if they asked you this before. When will, I'm assuming, we be able to play?
Yeah, so earlier in the stream they talked about like pre-alpha, alpha, closed beta, beta access. That stuff, safe to say, will in some part be linked to Kickstarter. So if you want to get on it soon, that's going to be one of the ways that you can get into it. Other than that, if you're active in the community, sometimes we do bring in some testers and people making good suggestions. Understand how we're going with the game. We'll oftentimes bring in to do some testing. So just be active and be around and be a cool guy. Start too
thanks
many
for the follow,
fights.
Tickle Twinkle. Yeah, no e-drama, please. No e-drama. Alright, we got
heavy
a...
caps.
No. This is unfair. I have to do all the reading. All right, here we go. Next question. Snoob Fuser asks, are there plans to implement a waypoint system like T2 and have that tie into orders and player voice commands?
It's a good question. That's something we're actually thinking pretty hard about. We want to have a system that is a bit more thorough in terms of things like IFFs, sensors, the usefulness of sensors, potentially command maps if we decide we need something like that. You're getting heavy on flags real hard right now.
Well, you came at me like a light D. It's BS.
Oh yeah, so I'm trying to body block you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like all that kind of stuff in a way is kind of built in. And so if you have a voice command system that allows us to do some neat stuff with that, if we decide on doing, then like absolutely, you'll probably see that in there. Oh, now you're just kind of dominating me.
I ran out of discs.
Heavy has too much health. Oh, still one. All right, I'm gonna switch out of heavy, so you have a fighting chance here. Let's see. A grenade launcher. Anywho, so yeah, so like it's one of those things that are on the table for us, and I think that for what you're talking about, which is the faculty to be able to work with your team around flag objectives and give commands and that sort of thing. Like we like that stuff. We definitely want that kind of thing to happen.
Damn you! Oh.
Flag in the field is the best thing for defense. It's great. Anyway, so yeah, hopefully that answers your question, even though it was a little bit unspecific about that specific implementation of those sort of things.
All right. Just when I thought we were catching up, more questions are coming in. Let's see. The Captain T asks, what kind of on-screen notifications referring to the flag is what I was asking about. So what might it say when a teammate passes? Sorry, I wasn't looking. Teammate passes a flag, for instance. Did you need me to repeat?
No, I think I get what he's saying. Yeah, so we're going to have noises and indications on the screen and like an indicator probably who has the flag on the enemy potentially. And of course there'll be an IFF over the player when they have the flag to differentiate them when they have the flag against other players. Hopefully that will have some more specifics compared to my last answer to that question.
Okay. Any updates on possibility of player-hosted servers? Proper hosting, not renting.
We had a blog post on that. I think that the safe thing to assume is that we will have rented servers as opposed to your player-controlled servers where, like, let's say we distribute the like the server binary to you. I think is less likely, and that's just through quality assurance. Quality assurances we want to have when we are hosting servers and that sort of thing. It's something that we're still open to if there's a good model for doing it that doesn't impact our monetization model or any sort of quality things, then like that may be something that we can open up. So if you have any ideas around that and how to make that work, feel free to post them in the forums or reach out to us and suggest it.
Okay. Question from Pit of Zombies. This is aimed towards Bug Spray. Is there anyone in addition to yourself that is sort of co-leading or co-managing the project in some form?
So we have we do have an org structure because we are 22 people now, and so we've designated some people as leads who spend time managing tasks for. Oh, that was a nice one, actually. Did you say so myself?
Nope, it was not.
It was not nice.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, so we have 2 art leads who work with our art team, and our art team is by far like the biggest team that we have. I think we're up to like 10 or so people on the art team.
Feels like a lot.
Is that right? Yeah, it's a lot. But then we also have someone, actually the guy Cabrias, who jumps on the stream now and then and streams kind of his coding process, usually with blueprints. He's actually running all the task work and helping to manage builds and that sort of thing too. Also, we have a gentleman who goes by the name of Alpha, is his alias. he actually is our CFO and will oftentimes stand in for me when we, if I need to lead a meeting or make some decisions or things like that. Because, again, this is all kind of free time for us. So we do have moments where I need to go on vacation, or I got something for my day job that comes up, or things like that. And so lots of people will kind of step in and help where needed.
Stereotypical CEO, always taking vacations.
You gotta go golfing, man. Always golfing. Go golfing with Obama.
There you go.
Or George Bush.
Maybe they'll get us funding.
You're right.
Do it. All right.
You got pretty clean on that one.
I think we caught up.
Oh, that's good. Well, I think we're actually kind of coming to the end of our time anyway, so maybe we can do a couple
play a little bit
or something. Yeah, we'll just kind of do some dedicated playing here and answer any remaining questions that come in. All right, I'm gonna cap on you this time. You play some D.
Okay.
And we'll see if I can even remember a single cap route on this map. I might do some TA routes. The long arcing routes.
We have another question from Pit of Zombies. Are you able to speak on your game development experience or past work?
Actually, I think there was a question, it might have been in the forums or on Reddit as well, which was, describe, like, when we first set out and said, okay, let's make a new, like, FPSZ game, like, what were we thinking, and, like, who said it, and that sort of thing. I totally missed the flag. I was more interested in and I can comment on that pretty extensively, because it's kind of an interesting story, I think. So, long ago, I had an internship with Garage Games. We were doing some contract work. At that time, they were building Fallen Empire Legions, known as Legions for short. And I have been doing some work on Rabbit, or actually like building Rabbit for Legions and doing some tournament mode code and that sort of thing. And so they invited me in and invited actually Mabel in at another point to kind of work on some of this stuff. And so we both kind of got acclimated to the Garage Games environment and working with Legions, and eventually we both kind of moved on, but they kept on developing Legions. And at one point they had taken Legions down to focus on developing their platform for the next version of their platform, which is called Instant Action, that allowed you to basically play fully 3D games in the web browser. They had community features, e-commerce features, and that sort of thing. And what ended up happening was, they took it down for so long, and they had intended to bring it back all along, but they just didn't have the time and resources to do it. And so a few of us, including Creeper, who's pretty well known in the Tribes community, lives out in the UK and everything. He and I and Mabel, and I believe, actually, David, were you involved at that point? I don't quite remember.
I got involved after you guys established the project, and then I was on it.
Okay, so we basically got together and said, hey, let's pull our resources together. We've all kind of been involved in the community. Mabel and I had kind of worked on the game at that point. We involved a guy named, he was known at the time as Fahrenheit 451, and he was an artist going through college, and said, hey, why don't we improve on Legions a bit? And I totally didn't even try to capture the flag. I'm kind of skiing around thinking about my story. Why don't we take, ask them if we can, improve on Legions a bit while they're still working on their platform, have them give us a small number of resources for server costs and that sort of thing, and we'll go ahead and develop this for them until they're ready to take it back. And surprisingly enough, they actually said yes. So we worked out a license agreement, and it was pretty restrictive because their intent was to bring Legions back to their platform. So we couldn't do things like monetize it. We couldn't really market it outside of our website, that sort of thing. But we wanted to do it because it gave us an opportunity to work on game dev and work on our game a little bit, keep the Legions community active. And right before we actually were going to release it, their parent company, Interactive Corp at the time, shut them down and said that there was no more Instant Action, there's no more Legions, none of that kind of stuff. But we actually had this license agreement to build and distribute this thing, and so we said, well, let's go ahead and put it out there, and so we did, and we've been maintaining it ever since. And right now, Interactive Corp still owns the rights to Legions, but it's still being developed to this day. You should go check it out. I think it's legionsoverdrive.com is the website. because there are some guys over there doing some really cool stuff. But anyway, so a few of us, kind of stuck around for a little while and kind of grew the team a little bit, and then eventually kind of moved on because since we weren't able to monetize or market, the community, kind of was dwindling, and it was hard to justify spending lots of time on a game that probably wasn't really going to go anywhere. And so we said, well, why not make our own version of the game and make our own IP and kind of do what we want to do. That's why I just killed myself when I had the flag. I could have capped. There's still time for you, Davey. Anyway, and so we decided to do that. And I was, I think we were about 4 or so at the time, and we slowly built our team and added new members like Santeri and Davey, I believe, was one of the people who was involved early on with that as well. And we've just been slowly growing the team, and we've been able to dedicate more and more time, and the quality's been improving over time. And what you're seeing now is sort of us getting to a point where we feel comfortable doing things like Greenlight and Kickstarter and really making this a real thing. And we've been working on this for about 2 years, 2 years now, actually. I think we're coming up on. The company's been officially formed a little less than that. But yeah, so we're super excited, and this is our big opportunity to try and show you guys what we're working on, and hopefully build a game that you guys want to come play, and that we can do more fully as we get more funding, and hopefully this becomes a success. So we're super happy to see everybody here and get involved and attending our streams and asking us questions. Hopefully that's kind of a long-winded response to a question you didn't ask, but I think it's kind of interesting.
All right, we have more questions. Let's see. Let me get a curving kill and then do this. All right, so Vandergrift, what amount of players in a game has felt right to you so far? Does 10v10 feel too full?
I think for me, it really kind of depends on the on the map. Like, if it's a small map, then 10v10 is like really tough. Like, there are maps where I'd say like 5v5 or 7v7 feels right. There are also some maps where like you don't really you start to get like really nice gameplay around like 8s and 10s. So it really is, I think, heavily map dependent. But the gameplay elements that we built, I think, work in both situations. We've been spending a lot of time thinking about both those kinds of scenarios. Did I not return my flag? Man, I'm a scrub.
Nope, I'll take it. You got quiet. That means you're you're concentrating.
Yeah, I'm thinking about stuff.
All right. Let's see. More questions. Any ideas about how you will do tutorials for newer players, or how they will find them in the UI? FPS Z obviously has a stiff curve, and it's from Unfazed.
That's a good question. I mean, honestly, kind of building a tutorial is pretty far out for us. Seeing as that release is some number of months, years after Kickstarter, and like that's probably something we'll be working on closer to release. To be frank about it, like I think that there's we've been talking about different ways to kind of bring newer players along and stuff, and I'm kind of a fan actually of kind of how League of Legends does it, which when you first start the game you're sort of forced to go through this tutorial thing. I think it'd be neat for Tribes veterans to be able to kind of bypass that just through the nature of the skills that they have. That way, yeah, everyone's forced to go through the tutorial, but if you know what you're doing, then you can pretty easily skip it. Are you playing D or are you capping here?
I was asked to go for a cap route, so I am going for a cap route.
Cool. But yeah, I think clearly the act of skating is like super important in this game, so we want to make sure that newer players have the opportunity to understand what that is and at least get on some level proficient at it. Teaching them about how projectile weapons work, when to use splash damage, when to go for the midair, those sorts of things I think are kind of nice to haves that maybe we allow people to skip if they want, but if they really want more intermediate to advanced training, we kind of show them that sort of thing. I think those would be kind of really cool options. Plus, through a progression system, you can kind of gradually introduce people to different concepts and different weapons as well. So I think that all those things kind of combined will sort of you know, bring new players along
Too
in
fast.
a good way.
Too fast.
Holy, where did you even come from? I didn't even see you.
All right, we got more questions.
Let's go and take 2 more, and then let's go and call it.
Oh boy. I'm gonna try to pick the best 2 here.
While you do that, I'm gonna switch to Iceman if you don't mind.
Okay. All right. I was told we should finish out this list. We have like a 4 or something like that.
You have 4? All right, we'll end
Yep.
at 4.
How is the capper chaser relationship currently? Do you feel it's balanced, or does a good chaser bring a lot of caps home? Vandergrift.
I mean, this is something that will, you know, continue to be iterated on as we get to release. So, like, it's always going to be kind of changing, maybe more in favor of the capper, maybe more in favor of the chaser. We want chasers to be effective. I think right now we actually have a pretty solid balance.
We do.
Like, seeing some of our better chasers, you know, go against some of our better cappers, like, you can put a good number, you know, a good amount of damage on it. Of course, you can't, like, have an isolation. Like, this 1v1 stuff that Dave and I are doing right now, like, this is you know, less likely to happen in a game where you have 7 people on a team, or 10 people on a team, or 16 people on a team. So we have to also keep it in context of the other factors that are going on, like if there's turrets up or a sniper or things like that. So I think that chasing in this game certainly has a role, and you know, a good chaser will be, you know, able to differentiate themselves against you know, worse chasers, or you know, kind of show their worth, that it's worth to have that kind of thing.
Yeah,
so that's my answer to that. What do you think as a capper?
Well, I would say that is at a good place. Currently, I think where it sits as far as how things are balanced with the numbers, they're good. There may be some slight tweaking, but overall I feel pretty good. Maps really do change that whole thing. I mean, a crappy map means, you know, crappy chasing, so it's very map dependent now, I think, at this point, which is probably good.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Like, the different kinds of hills and approaches to the flag also kind of affect that. Like, it's all a big network of stuff that all kind of gets changed and tweaked as time goes on. You know, everything from the weapons to how you gain speed, how you change your direction, items you may have, how your team is, you know, positioned and built. So, like, all those things, like, change how that interplay works.
All right, let's see. Plans for max FOV from Wildfire.
I don't know. That's actually a question for probably Mabel. I think you've seen 120 right now. I haven't honestly tested it. We can try and get back to you on that question.
All right, Cheesy Bites asks, plans for rock bounces.
No plans on rock bounces right now. That was an awkward exchange. Yeah, no rock bounce plans right now. There might be some cool stuff you can kind of use to change your direction, but yeah, nothing planned there.
Yep. Snoofuser, what's the highest player count tested so far? How does UE4 handle networking for this project? How much did you have to modify?
So I know that the way that the netcode works has been heavily modified by Mabel in particular. There's been a lot of effort spent on getting it right, and some of the benefits that we see from that are, you know, some nice smooth gameplay, especially with inconsistent ping and latency and that sort of thing. I'm sorry, I'm getting a phone call. But yeah, so it was like, one of the other benefits is actually cross-region play. We've actually had, I think we had one of our artists, Void Spawn, playing against a guy in Australia, and they were actually doing pretty, or might have been co-reads against Crunch or something, but Anyway, we've had some cross-region play because we've had, our dev team is spread across the globe, and some in the U.S., some in Finland, Latvia, the UK, Australia, and we've had them kind of playing with each other and able to actually play in these kind of games. So we've been optimizing around some basic cross-region play. I just heard you just okay. Oh man, I totally missed you on that one.
Oh, I butchered everything.
But
I sacrificed myself to the plasma god.
The plasma god, I like it. Yeah, so as far as like how much modification has happened, like I can tell you a lot, and a lot of effort goes into that. Things like lag compensation, interpolation, all that good stuff. Like we spend a lot of time on, and it's starting to feel pretty good. As far as like high player counts and that sort of thing, I think the most we've tested was like 10v10 or something around that.
We had a little bit more.
A little more than 10v10.
Yep.
I don't think I was there when it happened. How do you think that felt?
Felt great. I couldn't tell.
I know we have had to modify Unreal Engine's code pretty significantly. I don't think we've completely torn out everything yet, but I think that it is on the docket for releases to potentially tear everything out and have our own custom system. When you build games like this, it's way better to have custom-built netcode than stock netcode, because they don't always plan for all of the edge cases and scenarios that a game like this offers, with these kind of high speeds, projectile weaponry, and the way that just players interact with terrain or other players. Like all those kinds of things like totally change how you build netcode for a game like this.
Alright, so we've been pleaded with to answer just 5 more questions, and they're pretty simple. If you're okay with that.
Sure. Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. I'm sorry, but I keep thinking of Ian and when he was streaming with the sound guys, and it's what was it? Complice, right? Complice, yeah. Who was it that said the very first time, "Let's make a new Tribes-like game"?
Oh, that was the question that I was asking or answering earlier with the whole Legion story and everything.
Okay. If you'd have to let go of one aspect of Midair, what is it? A certain class? Or the inventory game? Generator game? What's the most expendable? And countering this, what is the least expendable?
Ooh, that's a real tough one. I don't know that I'm prepared to answer that question. I mean, like all of it is part of our vision and design for the game, and if one of those things is kind of compromised, then it just changes like how the whole thing plays. So we'd have to then design around something different, much different constraints. So it's hard to answer that question. I know that we've been testing the game with things like LT like stuff. Are you killing my base right now?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't see anything. Damn it. All right. Anyway, yeah. So like it's kind of hard to answer that question because again we're designing all this stuff around all of those things being in the game, and while a lot of this stuff does work with an LT environment, without like base assets or other or specific weapons or packs or things like that. It does happen to work with like that. We've been designing on some level for that. Like the true vision of the game is something that requires all these elements to be there.
Okay. Let's see. Next question. Have you so far faced any kinds of problems creating Midair, meaning legal-wise? Midair is very much Tribes-like, and someone else owns that IP.
Nope, not at all. In fact, Hyred Sean, who's currently leading the development of the latest set of patches and things in Tribes Ascend, has openly praised our project and been a real cool guy to us. So we've got nothing for love for the Tribe series, and so far it seems like they've got nothing but love for us. So.
Okay. Is there a thing, and if so, what that you do different?
Wait, sorry, what was the question?
Is there a thing, and if so, what, that you do different now?
Oh, that I do different now? Let's see. It's kind of a broad question. I don't think I'd do much different at this point. I mean, like a lot of stuff. I mean, you learn as you go along. But you know, if I did something different, I wouldn't have learned those things. And I think the team has learned a lot, and the game has grown from all those learnings. So, like, yeah, I wouldn't say that right now I'd change anything.
Okay. When are you playtest streaming?
When you playtest streaming,
Yeah.
I can safely say we will have some of that for Kickstarter. And this is a little bit of a playtest stream. I mean, we're kind of running up playing the game a little bit. Obviously, it's not like full teams or anything, but.
Well, they had to watch me like read and ski. It's not the most.
Oh.
Not the best kind of viewing. And then butchering like that.
I didn't even see
Cool.
what happened, but you did not grab my flag, so that's good.
Definitely face planted.
Nice shot. Gonna grab?
Cool. Oh, I guess I can. Oh my god. Nope.
I'm gonna go for a glory midair here.
No, that's what I'm doing. You can't do the same thing.
Well, I can't glory midair if you're flying right next to the ground at like 2 miles an hour.
It's my move.
Do you have any more questions?
We have answered all of them. Yeah. Other than me
Cool.
being called a dirty llama by Wildfire, I think we're good to go.
Awesome. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll do one more little offense versus defense real quick, and then we'll call it a stream.
Thank God I got it.
Respawn. Where are you? You're this way. Oh, that's perfect spawn.
Why do you get the perfect spawns? I get the crappy ones.
I'm a beautiful man, that's why. Oh,
With
I
a
thought
beautiful
that was gonna hit.
beard.
How close was that?
I heard it. Heard the little warble.
I really want to end the midair stream with a midair, but I think I'm going to
No.
get a little bit too, yeah, no.
A flank cap is just as good.
For the record, if I would have chain gunned you, that would have been a different story.
Well, viewing as how well you're chaining right now, I don't know about that.
Hey. There it is. Oh, no, we're going to midair.
That's the way to go.
That's the way
All right. Thanks, everybody.
All right, thanks, guys.